Your dream is on the other side of your fear and your discomfort and your I don't want to and your resistance. It's right there. It's right there. And all you got to do is say yes and go for it. Yes, I know it's scary. It feels impossible. Maybe your dream feels so big that you're like, I have no idea how. And that's okay. What's going to happen along the way is you're going to go on an adventure and you're going to learn new things. You're going to see amazing, incredible sights. You're going to have mind blowing experiences. You're going to do hard things. You're going to learn new skills. You're going to bust through fears left, right, and center. And it's going to be the adventure of your life. That's what I talk about in this episode. I'll see you inside. What's the next piece of your puzzle? What's your next growth edge? And let me tell you, growth, expansion, learning new skills, doing this whole online business thing, it's not easy. And it's not supposed to be. Growth and expansion is supposed to be challenging. And it doesn't have to be quite as hard as you might be making it. If you've ever put together a jigsaw puzzle, you know, well, I hope you know, maybe you're going to learn a new trick about jigsaw puzzles. But when you start to put a jigsaw puzzle together, we begin at the edges. That's where the pieces start to come together. And it's the same thing as your comfort zone, your zone of familiarity. It is really easy for us as human beings to stay safe. Jupiter, my kitten, is very happy about this idea too. He's going to sing us a song today. It's easy for us to choose to say stay safe because our little brains, our little monkey minds, are designed to keep us safe. But when we have a desire to start a business, to make more money, to work with more clients and have a greater impact, to work with a new modality and learn something new, all of a sudden we come smack dab up against that comfort zone, that place where it feels scary on the other side. It feels like, oh man, but if I stick my foot out there, then I don't know, I might get hurt. There might be a dinosaur out there. Something's going to eat me. That's what our brain does. So it's totally normal for you to feel fear. I haven't met a single human on the planet who doesn't experience fear. And so we can stop judging ourselves for feeling fear and instead start to develop the muscle of getting comfortable in the unknown, of getting comfortable with living right at the edge, not pushing ourselves so far off the edge that we've hurt our nervous system and done ourselves harm, but always pushing up against the edge, ready to take the next step and the next step and the next step. So maybe you're in a place where you haven't yet started your coaching business, but you'd like to, and you're not quite sure where to go, and you're trying to figure out all the hows, and you know you might need a little bit of support, and then you see all the noise on social media and you're like, oh my God, it's overwhelming. That's it. I'm out. I don't want to do it. Whereas instead, it could be as simple as, what's the first thing that I need to do? Well, maybe I need to find somebody that I like to listen to on social media that I can follow and check in with every day, just for those little tips of advice. Maybe that's the first thing. And then once you do that, well, then what opens up for you? Now you can push against the edge just a little bit more and a little bit more. You don't have to leap all in less than 30 seconds. You can do it a little bit at a time. But getting comfortable in the unknown means that you are trusting that there are things you don't know, there are things you can't see, there are lessons you're about to learn, there are skills you're going to learn, you are going to do hard things. And isn't that exciting? Of course, it's scary too, and that's okay. But what if your dreams were on the other side of that fear? And what if you got comfortable with knowing that anything and everything is possible? You just can't see the pathway there yet, but you are willing to step up against your edge day after day after day in order to get to your dream? What if that were possible for you? What would that look like? What would that open up for you? If you were willing to take one step further beyond your edge every day, imagine 6 months down the road what that might look like for you. 12 months down the road, 90 days down the road. You get to take as long as you want to, but I promise you, the more you take those steps beyond your edge, beyond your comfort zone, the more magic and miracles and everything you've ever wanted begins to open up for you. So what are you waiting for? Life is one big giant adventure, and I can promise you that building an online business as a healer or online coach, it's an adventure. And what does adventure actually mean? It means you're about to experience something that you never knew possible, that you're about to experience things in the unknown, and you're going to have challenges, and you're going to see amazing things, and you're going to learn new skills, and you're going to be pushed up against your comfort zone time and time again, and you're going to have the most incredible journey. One of my top personal values is adventure. I am constantly seeking adventure because I have become comfortable in the unknown. I have become comfortable with not needing to know step by step by step how it's all going to unfold. And that's exactly what doing this online business thing is all about. Being willing to take action when you have no idea what's going to happen. Being willing to trust and go for it, to take action with confidence, even when you have no clue what the result is going to be. Here's what we do. We get caught up in our minds. We've got 1,000 ideas, and maybe I can do it this way, or maybe I can do it that way, or maybe I need to think about this some more, or maybe I need a new modality, or maybe I need to learn that new skill first. No. Stop thinking about it and go. Take action. The more you think about it, the harder it gets. Trust me, I've been there. My Lord, all I used to do was plan it all out, plan it all step by step by step by step. And all that over planning got me was an empty bank account, no clients, and misery. And I started taking action, having no clue. But I was passionate. I was excited. I couldn't wait to see what was on the other side. And instead of overthinking it, I just went, okay, that's the idea. Let's go. Let's find out along the way. This is how we learn new skills. We don't learn new skills by thinking about it. We learn new skills by doing it. We don't learn new skills by processing it and planning it and thinking it all out and putting it all into our calendar. No, we learn new skills by taking confident action or even unconfident action. You learn by doing. So what are you waiting for? Your greatest adventure awaits. Stop thinking about it. Just do it. Stop wondering if it's possible for you and trust that it is. Stop laying awake at night going, man, I wish. Just go do the thing. This online journey as a healer or an online coach, it's scary. It's bumpy. You're going to learn new skills. There's going to be stuff that makes you crazy uncomfortable. Expect to have to learn new skills. That's part of the gig. But isn't that fun to learn new things? You didn't come into life to just sit back and stay in the garden and not grow. And I know this 3D world, it can be really, really challenging sometimes. And it would be easier to just disappear into the ether and hang out in your garden and hang out with butterflies. I know. I love that too. And we came here to play. We came here for this adventure in this 3D world. And yeah, it can be hard, but it can also be incredible and magical and fun. What if it was fun? What if you were able to shift your perception just a little bit about what it's like to play here in this 3D and you learned how to fly? What would become of your life, if today you made a decision that you were going to take a step forward, that you were going to stop thinking about it and just do it, where would you be 6 months from now? Every single interaction that you have in your world could have meaning or could have a message within it. Everything we experience is a direct mirror of what's happening within us. Now, some of that's not relevant to our current intention, and that's okay. We don't need to pay attention to some of that stuff. Or we can choose not to pay attention to some of that stuff because that's what we've been gifted with, is this whole free will thing. But sometimes you get presented with feedback and information from the universe that makes you go, that makes you wonder a little bit. Like, why am I all of a sudden seeing Bentleys everywhere? What's going on with that? Or why is all of a sudden I'm seeing osprey and hawks flying around my house all the time? Or why is it that all of a sudden I'm seeing these 8-figure coaches and people telling me that they can expand their wealth and all this? Why is this happening? Or why is it that this one person keeps showing up and driving me crazy every single day? When we start to see the pattern of things that are showing up for us, whether we perceive them as good or bad is irrelevant. The universe does not judge things as good or bad. The universe is simply providing feedback. So when we start to see the patterns of this feedback coming in, pay attention, because there is something there for you, something there that's saying, you can do this, go this way. What if you could experience that? If you find yourself all of a sudden surrounded by people who are talking about money, talking about building an online business, talking about working with clients, talking about speaking on stage, talking about taking these big leaps forward, if you find yourself in a place of like, what is going on? What if that's possible for you too? Instead of being frustrated by it and comparing and judging yourself, oh man, I'm not there yet and I haven't done that. They're so successful and I'm never going to get there. Trust me, I used to speak that language to myself. What if the universe is saying instead, hey, look in the mirror and see yourself for your incredible brilliance that you are. Look in the mirror and see how magical you are and how capable you are and how powerful you are and how wealthy you are. What if that were the message? Instead of thinking, I'm not doing good enough, I'm not doing enough, I'm not valuable, I'm not worthy. I mean, don't say those things to yourself. Look in the mirror, choose what meaning you will give it, and then go for it. Because I can promise you from the bottom of my heart, you are worthy. You are magical. And you can do whatever the hell you want to. If you decide to do it, stop overthinking it and just take action. If you don't know how to do that, or if you're afraid, reach out. I can help.